live on.
Oh, it's working out for me.
Good morning! Yay! Going live.
But it's not the vertical. No, maybe it will be.
Woohoo! Mine did it. Yay! Live on the gram. I told What the Heck this morning. I said, hey, if we're not live on the gram, don't worry about it. Just hit us up on the YouTube. The YouTube. Good morning, everybody. What?
We should be able to be on X this morning because X is not down.
Correct.
I'm like waiting to see if it goes vertical.
Allison Wise, Big a lot of real estate. Holly Pennington. Oh my God. Good morning, everybody. Our Gram fam joining us. So good to see you. Wow, that is a really strange, like, can you see your Instagram?
Yeah.
It's very strange. All right. We are live here on Social Surge with Clyde Mo. I'm Mo Regalado, and over there is Miss Clyde Jamerson. We were not here on Tuesday because the internet decided that not the internet. Well, I don't know, technically. I mean,
it was wild. I'm so used to the outages. There have been like rolling outages in my area on the internet. And I know you know because every time it happens, I text you and I'm like, I'm like, I have to go to the library.
Thank God for libraries, though, right?
Yes.
I mean, for reals, because I actually used to do social media marketing for our local library system. Spokane County Library District has 11 county libraries, and they are a plethora of resources. So, I know, look at us. I'm not quite sure I like that because I don't actually stay in frame enough.
No, we would need, we're not built for it. And and then the card like needs reformatting too. But it's like a real, it does make our faces bigger.
It does. Yes. What the heck? We're gonna have to Beth, good morning. We're gonna have to work on the card itself. What the heck? We'll have to figure that out. Oh, and Lindsay Barden's joined us over on the Gram Fam too. Good morning, everybody. We got comments going.
Emily.
We've got good morning, Alan Buchanan. Oh, and look at this.
We were missed. What up, Mike?
It's Mike. What's up? Okay. All right. So Tuesday was kind of a shit show on social media. Cloudflare went down. Cloudflare affected a whole bunch of different websites, whether it was Canva Canva was down. ChatGPT was down. Claude was down. I don't know. I think I looked at Perplexity. I don't know if Perplexity was down. Another early bird. Okay. We got our SIOR guys joining us over on LinkedIn. So, okay. So X was down, which was interesting. And it was really weird because we all know that I get up at the butt crack of dawn. So I'm up, everything's working just fine. I go to because there's certain things that I if I'm doing certain things on certain platforms, you can't schedule because you have to tag people, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And so everything was working fine at 3:45 in the morning. At 4:40, I'm trying to schedule something and it's just not going. I'm like, okay, what is happening here? And then so I go to Down Detector. I think it's downdetector.net.
Yeah.
Down Detector's down. Okay.
That's how you know that it's hit the fan, right? When the Down Detector went down and couldn't even detect.
It was so bad.
And the night before, and I was confused. Once it came back, I didn't look any further into it. I just accepted and I needed to work, right? It was I was fine, actually. I was like, X, okay, cool. I just won't scroll this morning. And I was like, ChatGPT, that's fine, fam. I can think on my own. And then when it came to Canva, that was when I really started sweating because I was like, yes, that was the one that was hard for me. I don't mean to sound flippant when I said the other apps, but it was just there's more. As soon as I saw it was down, I was like, oh, cool. Okay, great. So on the apps that are up, we're just going to get all these pithy comments from the AI doomers that are like, haha, ChatGPT is down, MFers, right? Making fun of all the people. And it's just you know what? It is amazing how quickly that these tools have become critical critical parts of the infrastructure of so many people's, systems, whether that's, they're using AI, these platforms for automation, or they're using them for, writing or for thinking or whatever, right? But, it's all of these, it's just interesting. But what I was going to say was the night before, I was confused about the timeline because when I the night before that, in ChatGPT, I started getting I started throwing errors. It started throwing network errors. And I thought that was interesting. And I just thought it was my internet. And then I saw all these tweets, from like London, like England, from Europe, being like things were happening too. So I don't know.
Well,
really sure.
So that's not the first time that Cloudflare has had it. From one of the reports that I read, it was a DDoS attack. So they had a bunch of different bad actors, I guess is what we would call them, attacking their website. And then the other story was basically it was like a maintenance issue.
Right.
Okay, that's a really big maintenance
really big one.
So on after all of that BS on Tuesday, I was like, "Do you want to go?" And she's like, "Nope." I'm like, "All right, we're good. We're not going."
We didn't even it was like, "Are we going to get into the StreamYard and find out that it's not working?" And I was just like,
"You're like, I'm done. Stick a fork in me. We're writing Tuesday off, right? Like, just we're writing it off." All right, so today's episode, we're actually talking about two different topics. The DNA of CRE survey is out and available right now. You can go do that. What does this do? This is through Buildout and through the broker list. We are, we don't get paid to talk about this, but I can tell you that last year, we don't.
No, we don't at all. But I am laughing because last year when it came out, that was around the time that we were like kind of getting really into the
February, right?
Social surge, yeah. And it was like we talked about it. The data is incredible, right? And there's so much to talk about because there's so many different kinds of marketing. But I interrupted you. Please continue. What is the DNA of CRE survey? I do also just want to say, on the topic of Buildout, one of my favorite accounts on any app, in anything of everyone, of any possible thing that you could follow, is Helen Calvin, who leads Buildout, and just her writing all the time. She had a post recently that was very much about like building services and products that are like extremely dialed in to the needs of your client and your customer. And just like, and it was just, I'll have to link it in a chat somewhere, but I mean, I try not to comment too much when I'm just fangirling, but I did say, I was like, this is so good.
Isn't it? Well, it's from your, I think you also feel the same way. When you come across a writer who actually like warms the cockles of your heart, you like fangirl all the time. Like, okay, so Annie Bogart, who is the creative director for Molzer, for Zach Molzer. I love the way that she writes. I love, and partly because I can hear her intonation when she's writing, and I love that. When I can have that real visceral reaction to somebody's writing, like I will fangirl all the time. So I totally understand. I actually can't wait for you to share that with me, because like I'm like, oh, I don't think I follow this person.
No, it's great. It's really, really great. But and also it is fantastic to see the leader of a major, a major business in this industry, and any industry, right? The figurehead of the company is showing up on social media, writing, her own stuff. It's very personal to her. It's her perspective. It's her voice. It's very authentic, right? But it's just like, it's refreshing, right? And not enough people are doing it. And I'm not talking about like, you don't need to go all Kyle Matthews, right? Like love him, respect him, and except for when I make funny memes about him. And sorry. But yeah, you just have to show up as yourself. Okay, we are so off topic. Anyway, DNA of CRE Buildout and the broker list. And the broker list is Linda Day Harrison.
Yes. So DNA of CRE, the survey is available right now. Hey, Bubba has joined us over on the gram. Good morning, my friend. His name is actually Mike. He is my bestie from high school.
I love that.
Yeah, no, we best friends since 10th grade, I believe. We had English class together, and just we've just been. You just meet those soul family people that are just like your people, and then of course we only communicate via like memes and reels.
It's really, you want to know what? Like in any other, I don't feel bad about this. I don't feel bad. I think people make fun of the fact that like that's how we're all communicating and like staying in touch. In any other century, all of these people would be completely lost to you. You would like get in a little wagon and you would go west to California, or you would be in England and you would go talk a boat. You would never ever see each other. And then maybe if nobody died, like you would, see each other again in 10 years. And like, maybe there were letters. I don't know. But it's just like, if that's the language of connection, you know what? Stick a fork in me. I don't know. I think
Allison, sometimes we sing to each other, though. Yes, we do.
That's true. That's true. With a forthcoming album of samples of voice notes that I've generated music through Suno. Okay. I think I missed the show. I have all this pent up goofiness.
Just to share with everybody. Okay, so DNA of CRE Survey, it's a yearly look at how brokers market, prospect, and close deals. There are two separate sides. There's one specifically for marketers. There's one specifically for brokers. So you get to decide which one you want to do. It doesn't take that much to actually fill it out. It's probably like 10 minutes, maybe, if that. But really helps marketers. It helps everybody take a look at what the industry is doing. And it's very specific to, especially on the broker side, very specific to like what you're doing in brokerage. You can participate by going to all you have to do is just put DNA of CRE survey and it'll pop up on the Google Nader. But if you need the link, Fly and I can share it with you in DMs. It's important that we get enough people to actually participate in this so we have a good, look at you. Look at you. You're so smart.
Put it in the comments and I'm going to pull it up. There it is.
It's how we get those industry benchmarks, right? We can talk about deal flow and especially about the adoption of tech tools, which I think is super important for a lot of us to understand and realize what is happening. Fly and I did talk about this survey, I think over a series of 4 shows.
A month.
Yeah, we did because there was so much information to go through, and especially from a marketer's perspective, this helps us plan. It helps us build and understand what brokers are wanting and what they're going through. And so really, really good. Buildout and the Broker List, they put it out. It is the DNA of CRE survey. Again, you can Google it, or you just use, you just take a look at what we posted there, or we can send it to you in DMs.
I'm gonna drop it in all the links. Like drop it in the comments. It's already there. But I do, I think one of the benefits of it too is also like getting an understanding of, like where is the effort, but where are the results, right? And I remember last year when we were looking at it, it was like, how much time and effort and energy and resources are people pouring into some of these, and is, what is the return on that? And it can be like participate, but then also, seeing the data can help you kind of gauge to like, is this going to be, worthwhile? Ben, I love it.
I have to say, Ben, all of your stuff yesterday on LinkedIn as you were attending the Global CRE Broker Virtual Summit was fantastic. Okay. And if you didn't get a chance to see any of that, it was live for a half an hour at the very beginning. Just amazing, like production quality, absolutely amazing. So kudos to Rod for putting that together. It looked amazing. The speakers looked amazing, and it was really cool to see like the chat go wild. Really cool to see the entire wall of like all the people that were attending. Very, very fascinating. So really, I don't know how anybody else is going to beat that, because that was just freaking amazing. Well, however, Ben, your pictures, everything that you were posting was super fantastic. So thanks for doing that. I appreciate that. So we've talked about the DNA of CRE, why you need to take this survey, why you should take this survey. And I don't remember when it closes. You could probably ask Linda Day Harrison about that. Just send her a DM and say, hey, when does this shut down? I don't know if it says it on the website. Again, there's 2 separate sides that you can take. There's a marketer side, there's a broker side.
And they also have, look at all these fancy sponsors. Look at all these people I know. And they also have the reports from previous years. And it looks like they've been doing, they've been doing this for, almost 10 years. And so that would be also interesting, is to kind of look at, how have the, trends changed over that amount of time. And then one thing that you said to me too, that I just want to underline as well, and I was trying to get to this, but I'm inarticulate because this is only my second cup of coffee. Seeing what is just hype. Looking at what is just hype. And that's what I am really looking forward to, because we have had so many, things are changing so quickly. People have access to so many more tools and platforms and channels. Those tools, platforms, and channels are rapidly changing. And so we're interested to see what's happening this year and how that compares with years prior.
Yeah, absolutely. That actually is going to be a great, that's going to be a great analysis. We need to mark that down. Like, hey, we need to do comparison from this year to last year.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. Yeah, it's
nerdy break. Give me some yumbers. Oh, yeah, I haven't had a chance to say that in a while.
Yumbers, yummy numbers. Give me some yumbers. So it'll be good to see what happens with that report. Of course, here on Social Surge, we'll share it with you and we'll break it down from our perspective. What probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get Linda to come on, and maybe if we can get your buddy from Buildout to come on too and talk about it.
She's not a buddy. I'm not, which is not to say I wouldn't be buddies with her. Just like I follow her and I appreciate her content. But you want to know what? I've told this story multiple times, but I will never forget how we became friends, which was that I basically DM'd you and I was like, do you want to make content together? But I quoted a Carly Rae Jepsen song.
Call me maybe.
Yep. Anyway, so maybe I'll just, I'm gonna send her a message that says, may I meet you?
That is very niche.
That is gonna be my may I meet you moment.
Okay, so now you have to explain to everybody who has no idea what you're talking about.
I forget.
It's X.
Was it Bill Ackman? Yeah. So on X, there's a new text-based meme format going around that it's going to stay forever. It's going to be iconic forever, Hall of Fame. But there's a lot of discourse on X about the state of socialization in current world, mostly among the younger generations, but then also just in general, right? And Bill Ackman, I believe it was Bill Ackman originally who told this story of, and it's always hard to be like, was that real or is that a made up story? It doesn't matter either way. It's become iconic. Where he used to just go up to women and say, may I meet you, as the beginning of wanting to have a conversation to get to know somebody better, to potentially date them. Right. And so, and people are like, that's crazy. That comes off crazy. And so now, people on X have just it's just gone viral.
It's blown up. Yes. May I meet you? Allison says, I love may I meet you.
there's one, I'll have to find the account, but there's one guy who was like, if I get 10,000 likes on this post, I will film myself going up to women and asking them, may I meet you? And now it's turned into there's a couple of things on X right now that have kind of blown up like that. One is Bowtied Broke's bear chainsaw that has now turned into this guy. A bear stole his chainsaw and he posted the footage. And then this is amazing. We're not going to get to the second part of our topic. This is more important. I forget the name of the brand, but the brand of that chainsaw.
Isn't it still STIHL? Isn't it the Still chainsaw?
I don't know.
Hold on. While you're talking, I'll look it up.
Okay, cool. It's Bowtied Broke is the account. So the brand, saw the video because it went viral, and they reposted it, and they were like, "We are the preferred chainsaw brand of bears."
Yes.
And it's so good. So like whoever decided to press send on that was just like, picking it up. And now they're running they gave him a new chainsaw. They're running a giveaway for chainsaws, and he like owns property.
Oh, it's Husqvarna.
Husqvarna, right? And so he owns property, and so now they're doing a chainsaw giveaway, but he's also giving away vacations at his properties. It's turned into this whole crazy thing. So there's that, but then this other guy who was like, I'll film myself, asking, may I meet you? And so now people are following, right? And like, look, they love the stunts. People love the stunts. They love them. And so, it's capitalizing on those kinds of things. It takes wit, it takes speed, it takes it takes so much. And then if it's something that snowballs into like that, I mean, it has the capacity to do a lot for you in terms of building new partnerships and new relationships, like everything. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's the good side and also like the woe side of going viral. Right. Yes. It's like, if you're going to jump on something, be ready, because you might be putting yourself into a situation where it's, going to spiral up. I want to say spiral out of control. I'm just like spiral up. What up, Marcy? Okay.
Money pennies in the house. So yeah. So in regard to that, speed is definitely one of the factors on being able to jump on viral trends. This is one of the challenges that I think a lot of people have, is that they'll see it probably 3 weeks later, and then they go to their marketing department. They're like, oh, this is so cool. Let's do this. And their marketing department's like, yeah, if we wanted to do that, we should have done it probably about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then you have that whole discussion between, the powers that be and the marketing department. And they're like,
yeah. And it's often one of those things where it's like, the more people get involved and the more people are giving their opinion and the more people that have to approve it, I mean, it just starts to, it loses its oomph. You know what I mean? It starts to lose some gas, right? And so this is why, again, when you look at the example that we talk about often of, the partnership between Molzer and Annie Bogart, is that like, I don't have, I haven't spoken with them extensively about their whole kind of internal processes, but it's just like, there's a level of trust there that allows, honestly, the both of them to move with speed, to move with intention. Yes. And that level of trust and that level of intimacy and familiarity with the brand and like the whole everything. I mean, if you can get somebody like that on your team who is, really deeply like, they're bought in to, what's going on. Like, you have to have that level of trust if you want to have, a tweet go out that's like preferred brand of chainsaws for bears.
Yes.
Right. Like they did. I bet that was not approved,
Nope.
with 10 emails and 6 meetings and just take it and run.
Right. So there's a level of trust there. And then you have to let your teams be, what's the word I'm looking, autonomous. You have to let them do what you hired them to do.
Yes.
You are trusting them to have your best interests at heart, to have a pulse on viral trends, on what's trending, on what's happening. And when there is when there's a log jam of stuff that you have to get approved, it's very frustrating because things that could have gone out swiftly and done well end up sitting for weeks on end. When they finally get approved, it's like,
it's too late. Yeah, it's too late.
If we go with this now, like we're gonna look stupid, right? So again, if you are gonna hire somebody and you expect their expertise, let them be the expert, right? Let them lead the way versus you trying to, Monday, what is it? Monday night quarterback, whatever, Tuesday night quarterback, I don't know, backseat driver, whatever the hell you want to call it. Let them be the expert, right?
Side scroller. Well, and that's the other thing too, is like, the marketing girlies are chronically online. Like, and it's not just marketing girlies. I just like to be sort of flippant about myself. Sardonic.
Love that word.
I do too. Trust, they're deep inside of it. They're specialists in the same way that it's like, nobody should, I should go nowhere near an LOI. You know what I mean? I don't belong there. I've been there. I don't belong there. You know what I mean?
Right? Like, that's not my area of expertise. However, you want me to help you market it? So like, first of all, thank you, Marcy. I appreciate you. And it's a funny story about that whole thing. The original post that was going to go out was much more pointed. And I went to Fly first. This is why you need to have somebody. Yes, Ben, don't micromanage right there. You have to have somebody that can actually walk you off the ledge. And so Fly walked me off the ledge. Yeah.
You weren't on the ledge.
You
weren't on the ledge.
If it comes to a point where I'm questioning whether or not I should post something, I'm glad that I have both you and What the Heck to tell me, like, what the heck is more instantaneous on something that I want to respond to on X. And he's like, don't do it. I'm like, just let me type it out, and then I'll delete the whole damn thing. Okay. Or I'll save as drafts. My drafts are wild on X.
No.
Yeah, my drafts are wild on X for some of the stuff I responded to. But
having somebody access to that.
Having somebody that can be like, and it was really more of a question. I'm like, I don't want this post to be about me. And that's what I feel like it is. And I don't know how to not make it that way. And so she walked me through that, which was amazing. So was able to get something out. Thank you, Marcy. I appreciate you.
You know what I need to say is, like, you weren't that close to the ledge, but you just wanted to be thoughtful. You just wanted to be thoughtful about your positioning. And I see this happen with, I'm just going to tell this story to round this out, because we're just accepting that I also wanted to avoid the latter topic because I'm just like not articulate this morning. I was talking to a broker recently who was like, yeah, I worked on this post for like 3 hours and then I hated it. And so then I just never posted it. I was like, oh my guy. And what it became was like a conversation about a couple of things. One, which can you create a B-roll of your drafts? Oh my God. That's a good idea.
We should create a B-roll of the
Forbidden B-roll. So in this conversation with this person who was just like stuck in, it was writer's block, it was analysis paralysis, it was imposter syndrome, it was so many things all at once. And I was just like, I'm going to write about it in a post, but I'm like still unpacking it myself a little bit, because there were so many things happening inside of, like, clearly it was something that he was moved to write. But we come up against all of these things that we're worried it's going to come across the wrong way. We don't know if our point is clear, like all of this kind of stuff, right? And so that was one of the things that we talked about, was also not feeling bad that it didn't get to post status.
Right.
Because, and this is something that I deal with a lot in my own writing as well. And again, it's very common. There's like sometimes the writing itself is like fulfills the actual purpose of what it was, because of that, like that idea of catharsis, that by going through the process of articulation that you've actually processed the thought and you're in a different place with it. And that is often actually why I do see when people have written some of these kinds of things and they've never seen the light of day, is again, like, not everything is meant to be, not everything needs to be public. Not everything does. But I was glad that you decided to reframe it and move forward with it, because it is actually an important, it is an important conversation to be had in any arena of business, in conversations about how you treat other people, whether you are competitors or not.
Right. And the way that I look at things is that there's a place for everybody at the table, right? Like, I look at marketers locally. I see them, especially particularly in the social media arena, post on the local marketplace on Facebook. And I actually, like, I have to stop myself from wanting to jump in there and help them. Like, I understand what you're trying to do with your messaging. Here's how we can fix it, right? But how would you take that from another marketer coming at you like that? And I don't know these people from Adam, right? So I'm not jumping in there and having those conversations. But I do feel that there is room for everybody at the table. So to malign another person is just not cool. And you're not going to hear us talk bad about competition, either Fly or I. And there's reason. One, that's just not cool. It's actually really super unprofessional. But the other one is, I'd rather gas you up. I'd rather gas the competition up, right? Like, I'd rather be like, they're amazing, right? You're never going to hear us talk about, unless they're doing an amazing job, right? Like, oh my gosh, this company is so freaking cool. Like, we have nothing to do with them, but love what they're doing, right? So it was kind of one of those things. So I'm super grateful that I have a sounding board in Fly. I have a sounding board in What the Heck to be able to get the messaging out that I wanted to get out, but made it less about the me. And that was my biggest concern. It was just like, I don't know how this is going to, it's so, and like Fly had said to me yesterday, of course it's personal because this is a personal experience. And you're so in the moment, you can't step out of it and talk about it. But I wanted to have that conversation about the whole point of the whole post is I didn't know something was happening. I had people texting me and DMing me about it. It was amazing that I had all these people that had my back. Like, WTF Mo, what is this? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Right. So it was great that I had these people that were just like, what the hell? Like, we yes, I will always
great at that. Most great. I am less good at that, although but I'm not going to be so nice in 2026, you guys.
She's in her mean girl era. That's what she's decided.
Yeah.
Lindsay said the second guessing is this appropriate? Always talking positive, but who am I going to beat up now for Mo? Nobody. We're not beating up anybody. But it was really cool to actually have that, like, have people, really, I mean, honestly, like, text me like, we're going to war. Like,
war. The Sesame Street, the Big Bird meme. We ride it done.
Yeah, we ride it done.
I want to the comment on Instagram, the second guessing, wondering, is this appropriate? Like, all this kind of stuff, like this, all that stuff that in your psyche of posting. I want to table that for a future conversation, because there are specific things that you can do to, and you can use you can use ChatGPT if you have the right prompts, right, to kind of talk you through either identifying what it actually is that's preventing that. And this can be really hard because sometimes it's deep down that's you have a problem, and that's going to be painful to get through. But so, like, what is the specific thing that is stopping you? Sometimes you don't know. So, like, helping identify that is great. And then what are the things that you can do to either change the writing or put away the writing, right, and move on. So let's make sure we make a note. I'll make a note right now to talk about.
Yeah, actually that's great, because again, it really comes down to, and it comes from the second guessing part. And I think on Tuesday we are going to get the 5 stages of WTF, which it's something that Fly and I on Sunday, we have a meeting with our team on Sunday nights, and it's like Fly literally went through the 5 stages. Technically it's the 5 stages of grief, but it was more like,
it was
denial, anger, bargaining.
And it was specifically about, we'll get into it, but it was just, it happened.
It just, like, you watched it happen in real time, all within about 40 seconds. And I was like, right. Are you okay? Anyway, we'll get to that on Tuesday, and and it's all tongue in cheek, right? We're just having fun with that. But, so, the second on the second guessing thing, the reason why I stop is because I am and we're running up on time, big time. I am very hot-headed, I guess is the best word to say, and very knee-jerk reaction to things, especially like when it comes to like emails and I can't hear the person's tone. So I will stop and I will ask what the heck to read an email for me to make sure that I am reading it properly. And if I'm not reading it properly, he'll give me the context of how I should be reading it. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. Other times I am really, really mean, particularly on X, and I have to walk that back. And there's a reason why I walk it back, and it's because I know that I have people that are watching and lurking, and that is not what I want to put forward in a professional manner. Right? Now, when it comes to DMs and our chat, totally different.
That's what that's for.
That's what it's
and
for.
Like, let's be honest, everybody, you know, I see some of these guys, these nice guys on social, and I'm like, wow, I have met you in person and sat with you late at the bar in Vegas, and I know for a fact that you are a lot meaner with a sailor mouth, you know, like,
yes.
Yeah. So
anyway, on that note, sailor mouths and meanness, we're going to end the show on that. We'll be back here on Tuesday, talking about the 5 stages of WTF. And if Danielle Sprouse was here, then she would give us a witty WTF acronym for us. However,
I have it from
what?
I have her book. I need to read it. I've got a backlog of books.
I do too. Also, real quick, if you guys get a chance, Chris Okada has a new podcast out. It's a new podcast episode called the $1 Billion Club podcast.
Yep.
And our good friend, Mr. Bob Knackle, is on there. And there is a clip that was shared about BK talking about $1 billion deal. So it's so good because BK is such a nonchalant kind of dude, just kind of like, yeah. So go watch that clip on Instagram. You can also find it on LinkedIn. Also watch the episode $1 Billion Podcast, Chris Okada. Very, very good. Lots of Knackle nuggets in there. All right, guys, we will see you back here on Tuesday. Have a great weekend and stay safe.